I'm Jen Lederer, communication strategist, and we're here talking about how to communicate with clarity, creativity, and impact. I am wanting to kind of go back to something I talked about yesterday, which was the concept of, the choices that you make are ultimately what create your brand. And when you have intention behind the choices that you're making, not only can it be felt, but it adds up to your brand experience, especially in this world of automation. If you do not have clarity around the choices that you are making, how you're making them, how you're showing up, how you're impacting your audience through those choices, right? Some are obvious, the way that you're making an impact, some aren't. Some are in the connective tissue of your brand that once people start to spend a lot of time, you know, receiving your emails, watching your posts, experiencing your product or service, whatever that might be, they start to they start to get this like omnipresence about your brand because of the choices that you're making. Yesterday I talked about my background as a trained dancer, and when I watch dancers, I can see the choices that they're making. I can see like, oh, they didn't do it this way, they did it this way. That's interesting to me because I know the technique. Whereas when you don't know the technique, you're watching it and you're just like, damn, that's a really good dancer. But if they weren't making those choices, if they didn't have same goes with acting, any kind of artistry, any kind of creativity. What makes them great are the choices they make. And what makes a director great is guiding that artist to make different choices, to inspire them to make different choices. So if you take yourself as the creative director of your brand and you are automating everything, your choices will eventually be so watered down that it's hard to identify, why are you doing this, other than it's just important to be consistent. It's important to show up on all of the platforms. It's important to just have brand awareness. But what is the brand? The brand cannot just be, I'm present, I'm here, people see me. There's a reason that I teach people to communicate with creativity. That creativity, when I say that, I don't mean that everyone's necessarily trying to come off as artistic. But there is a creative process in the choices that you make and the place that that comes from. Now, if you have those choices inside of the automation that you build out, then it's still going to have the impact that you want. But what I am seeing is regurgitated, automated content that so clearly has no technique behind it, no intentional choice behind it. And we think that done is good enough. And I don't think that that's true. That was yesterday's topic. Done is not good enough anymore. If you want to stand out in a world where people can put one prompt into a robot and get a month's worth of content, it's the je ne sais quoi. It's the thing you can't put your finger on anymore. It's the thing that's like, damn, every time they show up, I feel something. You feel something from the choices that a brand makes that is guiding the choice of everything from how you experience them online to how you are onboarded into their world, to how you experience their service or product. Every single thing is a choice. And if you are automating without making clear choices, if you are communicating just by saying, well, I'm present, well, I'm sending the emails, well, I'm doing the blog, You'll be present, but you will not make an impact. You will not have a clear brand. And the people who know techniques, the people who know branding, the people who know communication, the people who know what it means to be intentional, they'll see exactly what you're doing. The people that don't have that technique, they won't be able to identify exactly why they don't feel anything from you. But we are very intuitive beings. Robots are not. That's what we have on them. They won't be able to identify why they don't feel anything, but that won't matter because now they're gone. So if you are wondering, why are my posts not converting? Why am I not engaging more people? I would be curious, what even are your choices that you make in conversations that you have with people, whether it's a sales call or, you're just networking. There is a structure and formula that is the foundation underneath everything you're doing, all the automations, all the workflows, you name it. What is underneath it? What is holding that up? That's a creative process. Those are choices and opportunities for you to solidify your brand. So I would be curious, those of you watching live, those of you watching the replay, is this jiving with you? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And what choices do you make that add up to your brand with every interaction that you have, every blog or email or post that you write, every comment that you leave on somebody else's post? And let's say you have a team doing this for you. How are you creatively directing them so that they understand the voice and the choices that your brand would make? Because in 2025 and onward, the fatigue already that I am seeing from automation, from the slop that is put out when there is no backbone behind what is going out, when there is no integrity, which integrity is not about good or bad. Integrity is about being in alignment with who you know you are, with who you know your brand is. That's what your choices create. And if you are automating those choices out to the robots, you are little by little watering yourself down, sounding like everyone else, and you will not make an impact. In person, at an event, online, I don't care where you are. And if you keep automating everything so much, when you do go to show up in person or on stage or on video, you won't have a clear voice. You will be speaking so generically that it will not land. If you are interested in learning how I am intentionally integrating some of AI into my work of communication and helping my clients learn how to better connect with their team, their audience, themselves, I'm leading a workshop next Wednesday, July 30th, 12 p.m. Eastern. It's $99 to join. Link is with this video. I would love to see you there. I will be back next week, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, talking about all things communication and how to communicate with clarity, creativity, and impact. I will see you there. That's it. Have a beautiful weekend.